What is up, Buff Nation? Today on the DNVR Buffs Podcast, an update on Operation Next, how you can help the Buffs in a big recruiting weekend, the players who are turning heads in one-on-ones, and which game will be the most heated outside of CSU and Nebraska. Let's get into it.
Let's go. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth
to everyone out there. Hope everyone is having a meaningful day today.
Absolutely. Coming to you guys live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. It's DNVR Buffs Prime Time, presented by Illegal Pete's. What's up?
What is up, man? Big weekend ahead.
You feel it? Like in the air?
I can feel it in the air.
Yeah.
In fact, we got a little bit of like a fall morning today.
I know.
As just like a little tease.
I know.
It was like, just don't forget about football, which is something we would never do.
Yep.
But it was like 60 this morning. Mm-hmm. You know, it'll heat up to 75 today. It's going to be warm all weekend. Beautiful weekend ahead. As it has been in the past, weather certainly not a concern on this official visit weekend.
No. We're calling it Operation Next.
Operation Next. If you know, you know.
Yes. I guess I'll be headed out to the facility on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Come hang out.
So, I mean, let's be formal about this.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yes.
Will be at the facility.
Yes.
Outside the facility, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning.
Yep.
You should join him. I unfortunately will not be able to attend. But let's rally up there. Make sure that, you know, these guys feel the love.
Yep. Hit me up at JakeDNVR on Twitter. Let me know if you're going to be coming down to join us. It should be a very fun and special day.
Yeah, and then I think, after you guys hang out there for a little while, you'll go find a local establishment to hang out at. Maybe grab some food, some drinks if you're into, you know,
yep,
a little morning libation.
Exactly. It's Saturday.
Exactly. Saturday of maybe the biggest non-football in terms of playing weekend of the year.
Absolutely.
Weekend of the Coach Prime era?
Probably.
It's definitely arguable. So again, Operation Next, Saturday, 8 a.m. Meet up with Jake. More details to come tomorrow. But it kills me that I won't be able to be there, but I'm expecting all of you, especially, all of you who live in Colorado, to step up. And best part is you can just talk Jake's ear off about the Buffs the whole time.
There you go. Come chop it up with me, a bunch of Buffs fans. Again, DM me on Twitter, and we'll get you all the details. It is a massive visit weekend. There's going to be, I think, about 8 players, 8 recruits in Boulder. Some we are familiar with. Very familiar with. Mm-hmm. Others still yet to know.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have more info on tomorrow's show about who's going to be up there. But we obviously know that Juju Lewis is going to be there.
Juju is going to be there. Mantrez Walker, current CU commit, is going to be there.
Yep.
Corbin LaSure, another current CU commit, tight end, is going to be there. Chauncey Gooden's a big one, too. It's a 4-star interior offensive lineman. And then we got one today who is Colorado kid, Camden Jensen.
Very Colorado name.
And he is the top-ranked recruit out of the state of Colorado in the class of 2026.
Love that.
He plays tight end also. He's also a top 250 player in the class.
Also, have you noticed a little bit of trouble in paradise maybe at the University of Southern Cal?
There's been some big decommits in the last couple days.
Yep.
How do you feel with all that going on? Is that positive for us, or is that just not even related?
It has to be. It certainly can't be a negative for us.
Right?
We've known about the congregation, if you will, that would be following Juju
Yeah.
wherever he goes. I don't know if this is in direct relation, but like I said, it's trouble in paradise.
Mm-hmm. They had a 5-star decommit yesterday.
And another one today?
Yeah, so today, Justice Terry decommitted from USC. He's the number 2 defensive lineman in this 2025 class. He committed back in March. And then yesterday, they had 5-star edge Isaiah Gibson decommit. He is ranked as the number 1 edge in the 2025 class. Has also been committed to, or was committed to the Trojans since March.
Is Quanell Farrakhan also visiting this weekend? Someone said that in the comments.
I think he might. I can double check on that.
All right.
But yeah, that's about where we stand with things right now.
I'll just say this. I've talked a lot about 5430 Foundation and how it's one of the few times in sports where fans can directly help their team, not just like metaphorically help their team.
Right.
I think this weekend is another one.
Absolutely.
If you're going to be in Boulder, if you're in Colorado, head up to Boulder. If you see these guys out and about, show the love. Let them feel the strength of this community, which I think is our greatest asset besides obviously Coach Prime.
Right.
Is the way that this community rallies around people, the way that this fan base has been re-energized over the last year and a half. We're like, there's a special thing happening right now, and we should do everything we can to make these recruits feel that.
No doubt. Yes, Quanell X Farrakhan is going to be in Boulder this weekend as well. He is a 2025 4-star wide receiver. Some pieces of the future coming into town.
The future could be coming to town.
Yes, full stop, the future. Absolutely.
Yep.
So on Friday, we had Corey Phillips on the show, and he kind of teased the uniforms things a bit, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys talked about this on Friday.
Yes.
Whether or not...
Or on Monday.
Monday. Whether or not they should debut the new unis with Juju. And I think it'd be an incredible idea to do so.
So you're in.
This is the definition of pulling out all the stops.
Yes. But here was my case other than that. Because pulling out all the stops is... I mean, you're really pulling out all the stops.
Yeah.
And some people have made the case like, well, if you don't end up landing him, then that would be embarrassing or that would be a bad look or whatever. Mm-hmm. My thing on this is there's no possible way to get more interaction on this drop than this. Mm-hmm. So isn't the goal of dropping new uniforms to get attention?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously there's more to it, I guess, than that. But like the uniforms are made to look cool for the players. So that which obviously helps you in recruiting. And the idea is to get as much attention around the drop and get as many eyeballs on this as possible so all these people can say, wow, that's dope. Mm-hmm. There's no way you can do it that would get you more attention than this. Because not only is it a drop of something that everyone wants to see, it's also involving arguably the most coveted recruit in the country who everyone is interested in what is going on with him.
Exactly.
So to me... if you do this, it's still ending up on every ESPN, Sports Center, Bleacher Report, whatever page out there in the world. And the eyeballs will be off the charts. I like the way Coach Prime did it last year of like rolling out the uniform just on game day.
Yeah.
But this is a unique opportunity to absolutely take over the internet with your uni drop.
Yeah, take over the internet, and it showed Juju that, look, the uniforms are basically like the future of the program in a way, and it's showing like you could be this. You could be our future of our program, basically.
Yeah.
So
Like these will forever be known as the Juju Lewis uniforms.
Exactly. Yes.
Although I guess as they're rolling them out this year, there might be some special things that happen to take that over. But still, it's still the planting the seed of that idea.
Sure, but it's just like it could be like an iconic like just photo of Juju in those unis, and that's just the photo that's used for the CU unis up until September or even after that, really, especially if he commits.
Absolutely. I did see one fair point today in one of the group chats that I'm in, which was just like, would this rub the current players, the wrong way?
Why?
I don't know.
They've
just
already
'cause
seen them.
They would want to be part of the rollout. I honestly can't say this for certain because everyone's different, and I think maybe some players would, some players wouldn't. But I think that once you're here, once you're at CU, you kind of understand like how the whole machine works.
Yes.
And you're on board with, playing your role in the machine.
Absolutely. I mean, look at guys like last year who just came in for a year, like Jalen Ellis, like fully bought into the program now at this point. And it's not even just for last year and this year. Like he feels like he's really invested in what Coach Prime is trying to build here at Colorado.
Great idea in the comments from Cam. Why not have it be Juju, Travis, and Shador?
I mean, that'd be one way to welcome him into the family for sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities here. I also think that a happy medium could be some sort of tease. Mm-hmm. Like you're not fully dropping the uniform, but he's wearing them, and it's like you're getting like the top corner of the uniform or whatever.
Right.
That's still going to drum up more interest.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's kind of all you have to do is show like a shoulder pad and then the helmet. You can notice his hair pretty much and go, that's Juju Lewis.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great idea, though. I'd be all for it. And it'd be different, too. I mean, I think that's one thing we've learned about Coach Prime is he does things in these like extravagant way, but it's not always the same way every time. It's always different. So I don't think that the uniforms will be rolled out like they were last year just on game day. Like we've already done that.
Yeah. I think it's the new uniforms, right? Like these are it's similar to the roster, right? Like Coach Prime inherited a roster last year, had to try and revamp it as much as he could, and he did a lot. But now this year feels like this is like really Coach Prime's team.
Exactly.
Same thing with the uniforms, right? He inherited uniforms, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I can like work with these."
Right.
Now these are going to be the Coach Prime uniforms.
Exactly.
That gets rolled out in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, we had the one uniform, the TCU unis, but that's really like the only new ones that we had, right?
Got some new helmets.
The gold face mask.
They
the new
did do
helmets.
the white numbers for the Nebraska game.
Right.
But
it's
those
still,
are all like modifications to
Exactly.
an existing thing.
Yeah, you're just changing font color and number color basically for already existing uniforms at that point.
Yep.
How hyped are you for these new uniforms? Are you
Really
worried
hyped.
at all?
No, I said this, I don't know, like day 3 of the Coach Prime era. I was like, things are going to be different. Some people are probably going to whine about them. I vow to not be one of those people. The uniforms are not for me. I don't even own a current jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not for me. That's for 18-year-olds, 17-year-old kids to think are really dope. And then obviously 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds as well. To me, it's almost impossible to mess up black and gold. I'm sure there's going to be a little piece of my mind that's like, oh man, these are not traditional at all. But I'm not like, I'm more excited than anything. I think in the end, I think it's fair to say that Coach Prime has a better fashion sense than I do. And I think I'll be able to lean into whatever they decided. And it's not just Coach Prime. You know, I think Shador was involved, Shiloh, Travis, maybe a few other guys as well. And, you know, Nike.
Absolutely. So back to Juju. CU also offered Ryan Mosley. That's a 2026 wide receiver from Carrollton High School.
Ooh.
So they're trying to tap into that Carrollton, Georgia pipeline pretty hard.
It's not a bad idea.
Just a little bit of a quote here from Steve Wiltfong, who talked to Juju at the Elite 11 about His Colorado visit this weekend. Juju said what he's looking forward to is just hanging out with the guys. He's hung out with Shador, hung out with the guys before, and just looking forward to getting to enjoy the environment out there. I think he's going to like what he experiences.
I think he's going to love it. And it's going to be a perfect Boulder summer weekend.
Yep.
I think like mid to high 80s, beautiful blue skies. The flatties are going to be shining.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be, you're going to get Boulder at its finest this weekend.
82 Friday, 86 Saturday, 89 Sunday.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Love it. Shout out to our friends at Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy, like I showed the other day.
You keep that thing on you?
I keep that thing on me. Shout out, Lucy. These things are amazing, man. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news recently, but another company who sells these nicotine pouches online is having some issues.
They've been having issues.
They've been having some issues. And so one thing about Lucy is you can count on them to be dependable, to show up at your door. And on top of that, you can get 20% off when you go to lucy.co/buffs. Use that code BUFFS at the link. Get in on these. I am big on the mint. What's your go-to flavor?
I actually really like the mangoes.
Mango.
I really like them, yeah.
Wow, it's a first for me. I haven't heard anyone say that yet.
I like the mangoes and the apple ice.
Yeah, Spence is a big apple ice guy. Yaya was talking about the wintergreens. You can get a variety pack to see which ones you like.
Yep.
But shout out to Lucy. Showing up just at the right time when we need them most.
Yes.
Go to lucy.co/buffs.
And then also shout out to our wonderful friends over at Toyota.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, yeah, please.
Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Order is age verified once again. So don't try to pull a fast one, kids.
Shout out to Toyota. It's a Toyota summer out here in Colorado. Hop in your Toyota, drive around, experience this wonderful state, or come hang out in Boulder with us on Saturday. You can do that. But Toyota's reliable, dependable, gets you where you need to go. They got tons of models to fit your needs as well. You can be the RAV4 family, just like RK over here. Still kind of fantasizing about that new 4Runner?
Yes.
Where are you at on that? Are you getting another one?
I'm at the wedding planning stage of buying new things, which means I don't get any new things.
Fair enough. But visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States, Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. That's such a Jake answer. What did I say?
Mango, maybe?
I guess. I'm usually not a flavor guy when it comes to nicotine pouches, though.
Me either, but some of these Lucy flavors slap.
They do.
They have an espresso. Pair that with the morning coffee.
Yeah.
On the porch. 80 degrees. That hits.
You can have that one.
We know you don't like coffee.
I just like things that taste good. I'm sorry.
You have a very underdeveloped palate. It's okay.
I guess so. All right. We got more one-on-ones.
Ooh.
And the guys on the thumbnail, Dayon Hayes and Khalil Benson. Khalil Benson in particular, out there battling, man.
And he is not messing around.
No.
You talk about a vocal leader. He has no problem telling it how it is.
Yep.
And I believe he said, I'll be damned if we give up 50-some sacks this year.
Yep.
I'll just say this. There's always guys like this on a football team. Not always, actually, but a lot of times on good football teams, there's someone who loves to yell at their teammates.
Right.
And I think there are times where that can rub some of the teammates the wrong way. But I also think it's an important and almost essential characteristic of good teams. We talk about being player-led all the time. It can't always just be sunshine and rainbows from the player leaders.
Yep.
And getting yelled at by your teammate,
hits different than getting yelled at by your coach.
Yep.
And so I appreciate Khalil for taking on that role and not necessarily worrying about being everyone's best buddy all the time, and letting guys know when they need to step their shit up.
Cam has also been stepping up a bit. I don't know if you saw his speech a few days ago.
I did.
I mean, you talk about this team being player-led, and that was kind of a goal, obviously, for this team coming into this offseason. And I think they've absolutely nailed it. Not only just Shador and Travis and Shiloh, the guys that are the leaders of this team, but just seeing Cam step up, seeing the new guys like Justin and Khalil step up, seeing guys like Chidoze step up, like in the defensive line room. Jeremiah Brown now, too, like having a bit of a come-up as well. So it's been awesome. In these one-on-ones, though, every time I turn these things on, BJ Green is doing a sick pass rush move. Every time.
Yeah. He has a legit bag of moves.
Yeah. His like emoji he always tweets out is like the tornado, like the dust devil. That's what he looks like.
Remember when he tweeted that out during the Where is BJ Green saga and a bunch of people thought it meant he was going to Iowa State?
Yeah. Crazy. Another rep that stood out to me was Chidoze and Tyler Brown going at it, because Chidoze, we know what Chidoze is, right?
Yep.
He's basically a freight train down there.
Yes.
And Tyler, we've talked a lot about Tyler this offseason too.
Yep.
Just stood Chidoze up.
I mean, that might be one of the most fun matchups to watch, because that is just power on power, strength on strength.
Yep.
At big man athleticism on big man athleticism.
Yep.
And Tyler Brown being able to be the brick wall to the freight train is highly encouraging.
Another guy, man, and last time we talked about one-on-ones, we talked about him a lot. Arden Walker, too.
Yeah.
Another returning guy coming back. We heard about all the hype at the end of last season, and now fully healthy. Obviously missed spring football, but it looks like he didn't even miss a day, really.
No, and the word I use with him is smooth. And it's different than some of the other guys. Some of the other guys are very like jagged and forceful. His moves are very clean, smooth, and you need both of those things. It's the classic power rusher versus finesse rusher.
Yep.
He's got the finesse part down.
And then I think this is Anquin Barnes. Chat, let me know. But he's someone rushing from the interior. They've got longer dreads. It's not Torian Carter. I think it's Anquin Barnes, but every time he's popping too. I know it's well off. They're picking the reps and stuff like.
Well, and also there's no pads.
Yes.
But it's a good start. It's all we have.
Yeah. Really, just this whole defensive tackle room too. Ray and Beal had some good reps. Shane Cokes had some good reps as well. And then Torian Carter's going in there, and he's showing why he was kind of a mainstay for Arkansas's defense the last few years too.
Hell yeah.
The Buffs are they're big and mean on the inside, man. Interior offensive line and defensive line.
I love that you use the word mean. I think it's one of the most important and underrated parts of this game.
You have to be.
There are few and far between of guys who are just kind of always nice, and it works. But the ones who have the switch of just being an asshole when you need to be is kind of a key to this game. That's all I was gonna say.
Well, with that, with Khalil and Smoke with the comment there, he's been playing left and right side too. And he did that at Indiana. He played, I think, all over really the offensive line. And you're seeing that versatility early in the days of summer here. But I don't want to even bring up the word, but you hope everyone gets through the season healthy, right? But Khalil's looking like he could be a real Swiss Army knife for this offensive line if anything goes wrong.
It's exactly what I was just about to say. I assume the fact that he's moving back and forth is because he would be their second choice at left tackle if they needed him there. And
yep.
I really hope that doesn't come into play. But you got to protect Shador's blind side.
Yep. Tristan Moraw, too, had a nice rep in there. He was a spring game standout. A guy who walked on to last year's team.
You're guessing on the name, right?
It's Marois. You tell me how that's pronounced.
Maybe it might be Maroy.
Maroy, raw, whatever it is.
I could just
Figure it
tell
out.
there's a little tremble in your voice when you said that.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all we really learned from Well Off yesterday. The guys just seem to be again, we talk about team chemistry. The young guys, Draylon and Cam, just seeing them kind of hang around and stuff, like they're fully integrated.
Yep.
Everyone's connected. Love to see it. Anything else on one-on-ones?
No, I love that you brought up the mean factor. It's obviously evident with Khalil, but I think you also see Tyler Brown flip a switch, and he's kind of the opposite, where it's like he has to flip the switch because he's like one of the nicest humans ever off the field. But you can see him kind of gritting his teeth and finding a part of him to get angry, get mad out there. I think Chidoze, you see it with him like. You need to strike fear in the balance in the trenches, and I think that some of these guys are really doing that.
It's what Neely's talked about a lot, and he talked about it a lot last year. I don't know if he said it a lot on the show, but he says that he wants guys to scare him. He wants to look at these guys and think, "Oh, that's a scary guy."
I don't want to ask him for an interview.
Right, exactly, and you're seeing that play out on this team. Also, I think it's a lot to do with what's just been going on this offseason. All the talking from the outside, all the haters, naysayers, and people who are putting out their bullshit out there about this program. I mean, you don't really need any extra motivation with all that going on.
No.
It's easy to grit your teeth with all that.
I agree, man. I think that this team is uniquely equipped to lean into that and just make it like their mission to shut people up.
Yep.
And I think they're going to do it.
I agree. I think we're 70-some days away. 71 days from kickoff.
Wow.
How are you hanging in there?
I
With
saw
the
our boy
offseason?
Jack said that too.
Yeah.
How am I
Jack?
hanging in there? 71 days feels doable to me.
I'm struggling, bro.
I also have so much going on between now and the first game of football season that I just know it's going to go by fast.
I just have to make it to next month when this game comes out, and after then I'll be okay. But the next month is going to be rough for me. I watched Peyton Manning's comeback against the Bucks last night on YouTube, like that Monday Night Football game, the 2002, not the Broncos.
I was going to say, I don't remember
No.
Broncos. Okay, this was Indianapolis.
Yeah, and that just man.
You were just on NFL Network?
Well, so I was on Twitter, and
My man's a fiend.
I was on Twitter, and there's like a Peyton Manning video that was going around. And I saw a throw from that game, and I was like, I want to watch that again.
Oh, so you watched it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just like, I need some football. Well, it's on NFL Network.
No. I used to do that a lot, though.
That's how I am with golf right now. I can't get enough golf content in my life.
Well, we got 3 F1 races the next 3 weekends. I'll be okay.
What does that have to do with golf?
It's just,
I'm just kidding.
exhilarating
By the way,
entertainment.
I never went back to see if I did it, but I'm pretty sure when we were doing a Bet365 ad read last week, I did say that I was betting on Bryson DeChambeau. So just putting that out there. I definitely talked about Colin Morikawa. That's my boy.
Yeah.
But I think I said all of my bets, which I had 4.
You had Scotty as a safety net.
Yep.
And then I can't remember. I remember Morikawa.
But I might have done Bryson later after that show because I ended up making 4 bets. Colin, Scotty, Mark Hubbard, because he was on Big Drive Energy, and then Bryson. I can't remember if I put Bryson in after I did the show.
I will be busy this weekend, though, obviously. Saturday. We got Elden Ring DLC coming out. Are you hyped, bro?
That's another language to me.
Oh,
Actually, I do know
man.
it's like an open map game.
It's the greatest game ever created. I cannot wait.
All right.
We're off Friday. I'm staying up late Thursday to play this thing.
You're not off, bro.
Oh, we're not off, but
Don't piss off Dre.
No, I haven't complained about this once, so I'm not the target of who he's singling out. That's for sure.
We will, by the way, have a show on Friday, despite the fact that we will be at the DNVR golf tournament. Go ahead.
We'll have Camden,
The governor.
the governor, will be on the show. We'll actually talk to him today.
Yeah, we're going to pre-record that and roll it out for you guys on Friday.
So if you have any questions for Camden, get them in the chat right now. We'll ask him once we record the whole show so that you guys can ask him stuff and interact with him a bit. Time to chill. Our friends at Coors Light. It is a beautiful summer out here in Colorado. Make sure you're chilling wherever you are with a Coors Light by your side. Come down to the DNVR bar, hang out with us. We got some cool things going on here. We got a Madden tournament. They call it, what is it, EAFC now, not FIFA anymore. And then eventually, once CFB comes out, we'll have those tournaments running here at the DNVR bar. Fantasy football drafts here at the bar.
Yep.
Bands coming through.
Yeah. I missed the first one, but I heard they were jamming.
What else? What else is going on here? Golf tournament, obviously.
Yeah, you nailed it.
So come hang out at the bar with us. Drink a few Coors Lights. We got it on draft. We got the Silver Bullets. We got the Stubby banquet beers as well. Or you can just chill at home and get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Nothing like a Coors Light and a Lucy.
Oh, that's elite combo.
Elite combo. That is a top duo. Also, check out our friends over at Vestable who are doing something cool and new in the sports world where you could buy stock in your favorite players. Right now, it's just Baron Browning, a local guy, obviously, a Bronco who has shown flashes early in his career.
Yep.
His IPO is live right now with limited shares available for purchase. So go check it out. Get in on Vestable. And if you're interested in, being on the Baron Browning train this year, buy some stock in him.
Look, I'm a Broncos fan. I feel like they're being disrespected this offseason too, and I will not stand for this.
I wish I felt as convicted as you are that the Broncos are being disrespected in the way that I feel about the Buffs.
I mean, it's not close.
Yeah.
But there's some similarities. The win total is like 5.5.
Yep.
This team won 8 games last year with one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
He had like 26 touchdowns to 7 interceptions.
That's cool. Down to down, he sucked.
All right. I'll just say you'd be very happy if you get that out of Bo Nix this year.
I would be, and I'd know it'd work better on a down-to-down basis because Bo Nix isn't going to be scrambling out of clean pockets.
I like this from you. I just know come week 3, you're going to be like just all doom and gloom.
Let's play fill in the blank. We'll talk more Broncos here in a little bit, actually. First one. Colorado will be ranked for blank weeks of the 2024 season. So we had 3 last week. After TCU, after Nebraska, after CSU.
Wait, what do you mean?
Ranked. In the top 25.
Last year. 3 total.
Yes.
I'm going to say they don't get ranked after North Dakota State. I think that the national people will be like, oh, they were supposed to beat them.
For sure.
But I do think they crack the top 25 after a convincing win over Nebraska and then stay in for the rest of the season.
So that's 11 you're going for?
Sure.
I like it. I'm pretty similar. I think that I think it could take a little bit longer too, because I think that we've obviously seen this team play Nebraska and Colorado State. So I feel like even if they did win, or they will win those games, but when they do, people are going to be like, "Oh, they did this last year. We're not going to fall into the trap again," type of thing, So I might go a little under just for that.
Okay.
So like 9 or 8.
Okay. So you think after they got to start 4-0, like win over Baylor?
I think by then for sure.
Okay.
If they win convincing enough over Nebraska and CSU, I could see it maybe happening, but I don't know. I don't trust the national media to follow through on their Nebraska hype, right? Where they lose to Colorado.
Same old Nebraska.
Right, exactly.
You mean the ones you were saying were college football playoff contenders?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, next one.
All right.
Leave our producer alone.
Yeah,
Yaya.
come on, Yaya. This guy comes in here, he yells at me about not doing my job, and then he interrupts our show. It's unbelievable.
He did it 10 minutes before it was due.
We had some things to talk about today.
Tell him, Yaya, tell him.
Like I said, please stop distracting us.
Yes.
We have
Trying to do a
important
show
business
here.
right
The returning player who will break out this season is blank. So obviously no Travis Shador.
Yeah.
But not a new transfer, a player coming back this year who you think will be talked about, let's say, in contention for all Big 12 team.
In contention for all Big 12 team, that's a returning player. All right. I was going to say someone else, but since you're saying all Big 12 team.
Well, how would you define breakout then?
I don't know. No, I like what you said.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Cam.
Okay.
But before you said all Big 12, I had a bag alert. I was going to go in my bag. Hank Zielinskis.
Ooh, great pick, man.
I still think he could be all Big 12, but that's a huge jump. And then the other one that I would put out there is Jimmy Horn. I think Jimmy is being undervalued in conversations this year. And I think that might actually be a positive thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was between him and, honestly, before Zay got here and really started breaking out, like, it was kind of being all put on Jimmy's shoulders.
Right.
In the wide receiver room. Maybe not internally, but it was all like Jimmy Horn was the conversation. Then obviously Travis Hunter as well. But this year I almost think it's like he's just grinding in silence without much fanfare. He still has, like, you know, a ton of people who support him, but it's not as overt as it was last year, and I think that might allow him to surprise some people. I also really believe he's going to get opportunities to impact the game on plays that are designed specifically for him.
Yes. Great picks. Some good ones in the chat. I think Tyler Brown's the first one that came to mind for me.
It almost feels like cheating.
It does, yes.
That's why I didn't use him.
Well, then Omari Miller would be the next one for me.
You're the ultimate Omari Miller believer.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Not that I'm not, but it's hard to keep up with you in that category.
I'd throw out Isaiah Harge too, man. I am not gonna let this spring game performance be ignored.
I love that.
I don't know about all Big 12, obviously, but I just can't help but think that this guy, how do you not find a role for this guy after what you saw in that spring game? Under pressure, probably somewhat unprepared too, not having taken running back reps.
Yep.
Goes in there and, in my opinion, was the most impressive player in the spring game.
Wow. No, I can't take that away from him. Speaking of running backs, Charlie Offerdahl.
Charlie Offerdahl's a great one too. JB's been thrown around in the chat a lot. Another good one, and then Arden Walker too, just to follow up from the last segment.
Someone said Mata. He was really good last year. I think it would be hard to break out.
Just be more volume for him, really.
We want less volume.
Well, yeah. Yes.
Ton of extra points. Actually, he's going to be perfect on extra points.
There you go. Next. Outside of Nebraska and CSU, blank will be the most heated game on the schedule. There are two games that immediately come to mind for me.
Say them.
Kansas State and Arizona.
Okay, those are the two that I had in my head. I don't want to count out UCF. I just have a feeling about that one. Kansas State is really interesting. I'm not 100% sure how the players feel about Dylan.
I think they all loved him.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But is there like a feeling of betrayal there?
Yeah.
That could add an interesting kind of, spoke or wrench in the gears.
Yeah.
Arizona's though is an interesting one. I wonder if we're getting too much caught up in the media part of all this though.
Maybe.
I think it'll be the most heated game out of those two for you and I.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna go with K-State.
I think that's the obvious answer, and then selfishly, yes, I would pick Arizona. But I'll throw out games like Texas Tech and Utah too, because I think these are teams that are somewhat being disrespected or not talked about enough nationally or within the Big 12. And I think there's a possibility that these could be like big clashes. You know, last year against Utah, it was like neither of us were at full strength. They're going to hold that one over us, of course, but
a lot of Utah in the chat. I didn't feel, maybe it's just because Shador was out.
Exactly.
Bowl eligibility was out the window. No Zay. I didn't feel like animosity in that game.
that game just felt like a big bonus for us. Like anything positive that happened in that game was good because I'm pretty sure it was a 20-point spread.
Yeah.
No Shador, no Cam Rising. Like you said, Zay's out. We remember Travis. We didn't even know Travis was going to play until like
Minutes
an
before the
hour
game.
before the game. Yeah. So everything that happened that day was just kind of like, well, at least we got to see some of the guys ball out one more time this season, you know?
Yeah.
Like there was no way that we could have been disappointed in that
Jimmy
game.
threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, exactly.
That was sick.
Oklahoma State, UCF in the Toyota chat as well. The point of this, I think, is though, we're gonna have some games this year where it's like that Monday, Tuesday before the game, someone's gonna say something, and it's just gonna take the game up 20 notches.
Oh, yeah. You think Mike Gundy is capable of that?
I think he is. I think he is.
Yeah, I think there is going to be unexpected games. Heck, having listened to him on that radio show, it probably won't be him, but like maybe North Dakota State
Yeah.
does something.
Could you imagine?
Heck, honestly, if I were them, I would look at the CSU game last year and maybe think that was an opportunity.
That is teach tape for opposing coaches what not to do when you're facing Colorado.
But it worked. Almost.
I don't. Look, Travis was hurt. I'm
No, I
telling
know.
you, Travis
I do think, though, that they got a little bit. They started thinking about how many points they were going to win by.
Right, yes.
And I think that came back to bite them.
Yeah. Besides Travis Hunter, blank will be CU's best secondary player in 2024. Who are you going with?
Shiloh.
Okay. I'm going to go with Preston Hodge. Full stop.
Ooh. Well, love that.
I think that, you talk about all Big 12 consideration. He's going to see a lot of targets. And he, in my opinion, is the most talented defensive back outside of Travis.
Okay. Love it.
D. Mills says better be McKinney. Of course, Preston Hodge. Colton Hood in the comments, too.
Love it.
Great take. A lot of Hodge. Cam, of course. We don't talk about him, though.
Never heard of him.
Besides Travis and Shador, blank is the CU player I want on the Broncos. Who do you want?
Wow. Any class or coming out this year?
Draft eligible this season.
Give me Shiloh. I'll go back-to-back Shilohs.
To replace Kareem.
Yes, exactly. Which he was my comp
Yep.
for Shiloh. I think the Broncos need more edge. Who brings the edge to that team?
No one right now. So following with that, I'll go with Tyler Brown.
Nice. That'd be sick.
If Tyler Brown becomes a Denver Bronco, means we get to hang out with them more and we get to root for them even more in blue and orange.
That'd be sick.
LeJounte, we could use some speed.
Definitely
We could use some speed.
And some safety blankets for Bo.
Yeah. All right. That is it.
What do we got in the chat?
To the Toyota chat we go. Miss Dawn, did y'all see Coach Prime on GMA with his toes out?
Oh, God.
Michael was shook.
No, I didn't. I have no idea what time that aired in Colorado, but I bet it was too early for me.
Same. I actually haven't seen too much from it.
Yeah.
But, wow. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. All right, what's next? Great question here. Girls Club. Is the
go ahead.
media overacting to USC's decommits like they did with CU? What is happening at USC,
Yeah.
Jake?
Where is that?
Lincoln Riley, has he lost the team?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Are they going to even have any recruits coming in next offseason? Crazy. No, you're never going to hear that stuff.
Absolutely not.
Alvin asked what's the word with Coach Sal. Still don't know.
Don't know, but I think it's fair to say he's not going to be around this season.
He's still not there.
Yeah.
If you're not there at this point, I struggle to see how you're going to really contribute as a coach.
Yeah.
So,
But there hasn't been anything official.
Jake and RK should be in Boulder later this week to help with Juju recruitment.
Saturday, 8 a.m.
Saturday. DM me at Jake DNVR.
Yes. DM Jake. You can get an idea of how many people are going to be there. Hopefully your DMs are already blowing up.
Hopefully. Also, everyone, all of our diehards in the Discord, hit me up too.
Let me
know if you're able to go. 94's finest. Did you guys see the freshman Brandon Davis-Swain reps? He may not play much at all this year, but he's a certified starter next year. Hashtag stamp. Love it. He wasn't able to compete much during the spring with his injury. But this is a guy, I mean, pedigree, proven production, leading high school sack guy. How do you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Sack getter?
sack getter in Michigan. So he can do the thing. He'll make it happen.
Thickpen asked when we're going to have T-Cal on. I told him open invite whenever he's in Denver to come in studio.
There you go.
I think we're going to be playing Madden this weekend or maybe tonight too.
Are you streaming?
Yes. Against my better judgment. Because he's very good.
JC, I've seen he's been blowing some people out.
Thankfully, he didn't blow me out. But he did beat me the 2 times we played.
JC Crane says, did y'all see ESPN's QB list?
Did not.
Let me see. So there's a few. Is it the because there's a top 10 quarterback recruits in the 25 class piece, and then they had a big piece come out like a week or so ago that was like ranking every college football quarterback situation for the season or something like that. Shador wasn't in the top tier, but he was in the one right below the top tier in that, I know.
All right.
Marlene, is DNVR doing a tailgate for UCF? We just bought our airline and game tickets.
Plan is to have a tailgate for every road game, but we'll tell you more when we have it.
Yep. Where are you streaming it at?
We haven't talked about that. Maybe on my Twitch, his Twitch, maybe both of our Twitches. I don't know. But I'll tweet it if we're doing it.
There you go. Hit the like button. We're low today, 171. I know it's the off season, but we can do better.
Hit the like button if you want Juju Lewis to be a buff.
Yes, there you go. Trevor, have you guys seen that the Cricket World Cup is being played in the U.S.? Catch any of the games? I'm from the Caribbean and grew up on this sport. USA made it to the group of 8 but lost. Do you have any cricket takes? Because I do.
My only take is that it looks sick.
It is dope as hell.
Yeah.
I went into like a cricket rabbit hole about a month or so ago.
Wow.
I can't remember. So John Boy, he does the breakdowns,
Yep.
right? And he started getting into cricket. He started doing cricket breakdowns. So I was watching those. And I was like, you know what? I just need to go watch highlights. So I just went and watched some highlights of like some cricket matches being played between like India and Pakistan or something. It was electric.
Yeah.
Dope game. TJ McNeil, who are y'all starting linebackers? Tune in tomorrow to find out.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Scobuffs Nation, any guesses what Coach Prime will do this weekend to really wow the recruits outside of jersey drops, etc.?
The jersey drop would be the one I could think of.
He, on some video not too long ago, I remember he was saying, like, shout out to all his friends and all the celebrities who come to Boulder, but extra shout out to the ones who show up during the off season.
Wasn't that Corey saying that to us?
Was it Corey?
Yeah.
I thought it was Coach Prime.
Maybe they both said it, but Corey did say that when he was sitting here with us. It's like, shout out to the celebrities who come see us in the offseason.
Well, either way, there you go. I think that's something that's going to happen too.
I will say, did you see this Coach Prime tweet where he said, this will be a memorable week for a multitude of reasons?
Let's go.
Then he said, even the lies can't stop what God is doing with this program, our beautiful city, concerning our wonderful campus. These hardworking young men and the campers that's coming this week, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Memorable week for a multitude of reasons, Jake.
Yep. They've got a, I think, big 7-on-7 camp going on this week.
Nice.
Or had it going on this last week. Chase, what players aren't in Boulder yet? I think everyone's here.
I think we're full attendance now with Ben Boozy in the chat.
Yep. I can't think of anyone we'd be missing.
Can't either.
Transforming Eagle said, where did Jacob Pulley end up? I don't think Jacob signed with anyone, but I still talk to him every now and then.
Hell yeah.
He's doing well. We're going to see him at Texas Tech. So if you go out to Lubbock for that game, you can probably end up meeting Jacob there.
Love that.
But he's doing well. I still talk to him. Bayo, are you guys doing anything for home games like the pregame?
We'll definitely be doing the pregame.
Of course.
Every Friday. And then we'll have a tailgate for every home game.
Yep. Book it. Chucky Lee, what CU player jersey would you buy before they get drafted? Travis?
Shador. It's you and me.
Yeah. And then Super Chats, East Coast Kev. I need more hate for Colorado Coach Prime to resonate on the betting odds. I'm hoping the more hate, the higher the odds. More money for me to make.
The unfortunate part about this, Kev, is for every hater, there's someone who loves this team and loves this program and loves Coach Prime. The haters just seem louder sometimes.
They are louder. They're much louder. It's just you put a megaphone in front of that, and it just obviously gets amplified more than the love. I mean,
Yep.
Case in point, this show. Like, look at how many people tune in daily to watch this show, listen to this show, who are just, love the team and they're happy with what's going on and they're just going on with their lives. Meanwhile, anyone who hates anything about this team is going to pick it out and scream it into a megaphone.
Yep.
Rev BJ Nelson says, expect the unexpected this year with the advantage for the Buffs.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rev.
Don Peasy, what's up? This team is night and day from last year. They will shock almost every single national analyst this season. Yep.
Except for the believers.
Speaking of believers, Joe Klatt, I think his interview with Coach Prime is soon.
Oh,
His
exciting.
Saturday conversation.
I cannot imagine recording an interview and not posting it for like months.
I get why he does it, but yeah, it's crazy.
I could never. And what was that Buckyism that I brought to our company meeting? The content from today gets posted today,
Yes.
not tomorrow.
Yes.
Something along
Yes.
those lines.
Yep.
I love that.
Don Peasy again, speaking of how my college friend's kid, BJ Green, was only a 3-star out of high school is insane. Check out his tape. He will dominate this year. Oh, I've seen.
He was a walk-on.
He was yeah. Will not bet against that kid.
Yep.
James says, how confident would you be if Travis had to make a game-winning field goal? 100%.
Yeah, as confident as one can be.
He did it last offseason with destroying. I think he did it again not too long ago.
I think he hit like a 50-yarder or something.
He's so gifted. It's insane. Last one. Ivan asks, will Nike sell real Colorado jerseys this year?
Didn't they last year? They just didn't have Travis, Shador, and Shiloh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll have a whole rollout with
Definitely.
the uniform reveal with some highly expensive jerseys to go right along with it.
Yep. All right. We will talk to Camden later today. That'll be Friday. Tomorrow, possibly projected starters.
Projected starters tomorrow?
Is it time
Get
to
the people riled up?
Get them all going.
Bring your knife sharpeners. We're doing projected starters tomorrow.
I actually think we'll be okay this time around.
Trevor Woods isn't going to crack the starting lineup. So.
That means we got better, though. We all know that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But there's no, Cormani situation lingering around and stuff.
True.
Like, it'll be much more.
Like when I'm
plain.
building a parlay, I expect all of these predictions to be right.
That's how it works, right?
Yep.
They always go the way you want.
Believe
them to.
it's right until it's wrong.
All right. That's it. See you guys tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.